All right, let's just jump right into today's explainer. We're looking at a highly sought-after topic from our source material, how exactly to build that crazy V-tapered anime physique, and do it entirely at home. We're talking zero gym equipment, absolutely no expensive supplements, and zero overcomplicated science. Just pure, targeted strategy and a whole lot of consistency to carve out a broad chest, defined abs, and a super lean body.
But right off the bat, we've got to redefine our goal here. Because a quote-unquote anime physique isn't just about getting incredibly massive or going on a dirty bulk. No, it's about achieving a very specific, highly aesthetic shape. What we're exploring is how to build those broad shoulders that sweep down into a slim waist, creating that iconic V shape. It's really about building an athletic foundation and a commanding physical presence. And honestly, the best takeaway we found in the text, this entire process is completely doable even if you're a total beginner.
So here is our anatomical blueprint for today. First, we'll unpack the anime physique formula, then we'll move into sculpting the upper body, laying down the core and leg foundation, defining those arms, and finally, we'll wrap up with diet, sleep, and recovery. All right, starting with part 1, sculpting the upper body, specifically the chest.
So in any highly aesthetic physique, the chest is usually the absolute most visible part, right? It acts as the anchor for that defined look. To carve that out at home, the routine maps out 4 specific push-up variations as this sort of evolutionary ladder for your muscle power. Now, if you're a beginner, you absolutely have to build your base first. You're going to start with normal push-ups, aiming for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Once you master that, you'll progress up the ladder to incline, then decline, and eventually explosive push-ups, where you literally push your upper body right off the floor. Now, those explosive ones, they're going to be brutal at first, so just aim for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. But trust me, the leap in your explosive power is totally worth it.
You know, it's actually fascinating how just changing your elevation tweaks everything about muscle targeting. You really don't need one of those fancy adjustable gym benches. For incline push-ups, simply elevating your hands on a bed, a sturdy chair, or a table directly targets the lower chest. You'll want to knock out 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps there. But conversely, for decline push-ups, if you elevate your feet and put your hands down on the floor, that resistance shifts right to your upper chest. Try to hit 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps for those. It's basically just basic physics beautifully applied to human anatomy. Moving right along to part 2, sculpting the upper body, focusing on the back and shoulders. Using nothing but everyday household items, the source material lays out exactly how to hit every single angle here. Because let's face it, your back and shoulders are absolutely non-negotiable for that V-taper. First, you've got pike push-ups, where you keep your body inverted to really cap the shoulders. After that, lying towel rows. And yes, you're literally using a bath towel for a pulling movement, which is fantastic for building back thickness. Throw in shoulder taps from a push-up position to help refine your shoulder shape. And lastly, load a high rows, using something heavy like a loaded backpack or a big water bottle to give your back that super wide look. Just 3 sets of each, and you are methodically building that V-taper without touching a single dumbbell. Okay, on to part 3, the core and leg foundation. This roadmap for your core guarantees that you are attacking the entire abdominal wall, effectively building the engine that drives your whole athletic shape. We're definitely not just doing endless sit-ups here. You're hitting that lower V shape with leg raises, holding planks for 45 seconds to build deep core structural strength, using Russian twists to carve out those obliques, and standard crunches for the upper abs. And notice the high repetitions we're talking about, usually 3 sets of 20 reps. That high volume is precisely what creates maximum definition and that highly coveted lean waistline. Now, I want to pause on this next point for a second because it is absolutely critical. Do not ignore the lower body. So many people make the massive mistake of only training their chest and arms. But listen, you just cannot achieve a truly athletic, balanced anime physique without strong, fully developed legs. Without them, you're just going to look top-heavy, and that is definitely not the goal we're going for. So to prevent the chicken leg syndrome, you'll execute 4 leg movements sequentially for 3 sets each. Start with normal bodyweight squats to build up your overall lower body strength. Then move right into lunges to heavily target the thighs. After that, we throw in an explosive element with jumping squats to really build endurance and leg power. And finally, you finish it all off with calf raises, just slowly lifting your heels up and down for 20 reps. A defined pair of calves is highly aesthetic and plays a huge role in physically grounding your entire look. Which brings us to part 4, defining your arms. So go grab that heavy bag or water bottle again because we're doing bicep curls, ensuring a really nice controlled movement to isolate the muscle.
From there, switch over to a closed grip diamond push-up. Bringing your hands close together in that diamond shape beautifully shifts the load directly onto your triceps. Finally, wrap it up with chair or bed dips, which absolutely torch the back of your arms. Doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps across these exercises will completely flesh out your overall arm profile. These are those finishing touches that give your physique a stronger, much more capable look, even when you're just wearing a plain t-shirt. All right, the final piece of the puzzle, part 5, diet, sleep, and recovery. Now here is the massive plot twist of this entire explainer. Doing all these intense home workouts, that's literally only half the battle. You can train with perfect form, but if you don't recover, your body just won't change. We have to pour in the fuel that actually creates the muscle. And the beautiful thing we found in the source text is that you just need to balance normal, healthy home food. You've got your protein-rich muscle builders, things like eggs, milk, paneer, soya chunks, and lentils. And you pair those with high-fiber foods to aid digestion like bananas, cucumbers, carrots, oats, and salads. The protein is what physically grows the muscle, and the fiber ensures your digestion is operating flawlessly so your body can actually absorb all those nutrients. 7.5. That is the magic number of hours of sleep you should be aiming for at minimum every single night. Why? Because your muscles do not actually grow while you are working out. During the actual workout, you're just breaking them down. They literally only grow while you are resting and recovering in bed. And here is another incredibly crucial number for you. 4. To keep this newly built machine running efficiently, and to make sure your metabolism is fully optimized for building muscle and burning fat, you need to commit to drinking exactly 4 liters of water every single day. Staying completely hydrated is simply non-negotiable. So think about it like this. If you can lock in this holy trinity of recovery, diet, sleep, and hydration, alongside the home workout routine we just mapped out, your body will have absolutely no choice but to transform. Sure, at first the progress might feel a bit slow. You might not see drastic changes in the mirror on day 3, and your motivation might dip. But if you stick to this trinity, over the coming months, those results are going to compound beautifully. I want to leave you with this incredibly powerful thought from our source material today. This entire journey isn't just about looking great at the beach. It's about what the physique actually represents. It's the physical, undeniable manifestation of your discipline. So stop waiting for the perfect time or the perfect expensive gym membership, and just start your journey today, right in your living room. And as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with a question to ponder. If you can master the unbreakable consistency required to transform your physical body at home, what other areas of your life might that exact same discipline completely revolutionize?